All right, guys, happy May 17th. Happy Friday coming to you from the beautiful city of Ventura, California. I had the fortunate opportunity to speak at an event here for their local association of realtors. And I'll tell you what, it was a great event. I've been to other real estate events at associations. They sometimes are a little dry. They're a little boring. There's a lot of legal updates, and I get that. That's all important. But yesterday was a really, really great event. And what was cool is I didn't know anybody here. And I love that. And I got to meet new people, build new relationships, and continue to become, become relationship rich. And I want to encourage you guys, whether it's on a local level, whether it's in your state, or whether you're planning to do something throughout the United States of America, I want to encourage you guys to go and get in these rooms, because you'll hear something, a different perspective. You'll make a relationship with somebody that might be your referral partner down the road. So I want to encourage you guys to put it in the budget, or just look at the events that are happening over the course of the next 6 months and say, okay, I'm going to be at that one. I'm going to be at that one. Maybe next year I'll go to this one, but make sure that you guys are going to events, because it will elevate your relationships and it will elevate your knowledge. And I'm really grateful to be here. So I'm going to turn the mic over to somebody on the screen. I don't know who that is, but let's see. I'm actually going to turn the mic over. I'm trying to get somebody that is stationary. And Dominique, I'm going to go to you. And Dominique, really quick, I heard some really good things about your session yesterday. If anybody has any feedback or wants to give me some takeaways from that, I would love to hear. But Dominique, it's good to see your face. Good to see you here. You've been an amazing contributor to Keep It Moving. Let's have you bring us out on the field on this beautiful Friday morning. Let's go.
Oh boy. All right. Sorry, I'm a little sleepy today. Amina had a bad allergy cough last night, and so we were up most of the night. So what a day.
Hopefully she's doing better.
I hope so too. It's been a struggle the past few weeks. So I don't know. Good morning, team. Let's stay motivated. Let's stay motivated to do all that we can to up our knowledge with our clients, and stay motivated in this tough market that we have at us right now. Sorry, Elias, I'm tired.
It's all good. Hey, listen, we know the energy that you gave the room yesterday, and then having a sick baby last night. I get it. I understand. And but I agree with this sentiment. Here's the thing, you guys. I'm not going to belabor this, but by now you should at least be spending the time really, really perfecting the language around why me. Right? How do we actually work together, and what does compensation look like throughout your presentation? I think even if you're a newer person on the call, you should have an understanding how to flow through a buyer's consultation. I think in our environment, we do a really good job at training you how to do a buyer's consultation, but past that, there's new elements to the buyer's consultation that you're going to need to perfect come August. And so don't wait till August, spend the time, get an accountability person, start writing out what that actually sounds like, and then start practicing. We're here yesterday for an 8-hour event, and it's never about the knowledge. You guys have a wealth of knowledge, and make sure that you go back and watch the EXP conversation from yesterday. But the point is that there's always going to be the knowledge around you, but you have to spend equal amount of time practicing the articulation. And I'll say that till I'm blue in the face, because this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to separate yourself from every other person that's not going to plan, prep, and prepare for the market ahead. They're going to think that they're going to be able to get by just winging it, and it's not going to happen. And what we're going to do is we're going to say goodbye to a lot of agents that do not deserve to be in this game, and we're going to say hello to people like yourselves that are ready to take on this industry despite changes, despite market conditions, and that are ready, because that's a choice. Right? The people that are successful in this business, they made a choice. I'm going to be successful, and no matter what it takes, I'm going to do every single thing within my power, within my capability to be successful. And listen, guys, you have that choice. We have that choice. I have that choice. And I promise you that I make that every single day, that 5 years down the road, I'm going to be here and I'm going to earn my keep. So let's get right into the conversation. I wanted to go through a couple key takeaways really quick. I don't want to spend too much time here, but I think it's important. If I can get Brianna, the AKA Chicken Mom, and yes, that will stay until the end of time, until you tell me to stop calling you Chicken Mom. So Chicken Mom, what was one key takeaway from Dominique's session yesterday? I'm sure there's tons, but you said it was fire. What was one thing that you took away from yesterday's session? Let's go. All right, let's find that mute button.
Sorry, I don't want to get pulled over.
Hey, Otis's son just said, "Who's Chicken Mom?" All right, let's go.
Oh my God, I love my chickens. Takeaway from yesterday was just, the way that she looks for comps is amazing. I was putting in the beds and baths, and running comps was always frustrating. And yesterday, running comps with her, I was able to attend both of the meetings she did yesterday, and running comps yesterday, I ran them all day. It was so much fun. It wasn't frustrating at all after that. So yesterday,
I love that you said it was fun, because oftentimes when we think about, oh my God, I have to run comps, that's one of the biggest challenges, especially if you're becoming a listing agent. Like, oh my God, I got to understand this data because I can't get this wrong when I'm sitting at the table. The fact that you went and did that, I want to encourage everybody. If you're on the team, you have access to a recording yesterday through our fast class. Go back and watch that over and over again, and press pause and pull up your comps and start running them and practice through that over and over, whether you're working with a buyer or you're working with the seller. That way you can get into a rhythm. And if somebody says, hey, I want to write an offer, you're able to pull up those comps. Or, hey, I would love for you to come to my house tomorrow. We're thinking about listing our property. I don't want you to be scrambling. And that's part of your expertise and your, leveling up in this game. So Brianna, I absolutely love it. Dominique, just really quick, what was one big thing that you hoped everyone took from that session yesterday?
I hope everyone was able to take away by not just looking at the numbers, but how to express the data to your clients, because you can get the numbers all day, but what are you doing with the numbers? And I think that was the main thing I was trying to focus on the most, was when you actually get the numbers, now how are you relaying that to your client, you as a professional saying, no, this is what we're going to do, gearing them to what you know is best for them.
God, I love that. You guys make decisions based off of data, not on emotion, right? Share with the consumer the actuality of what's really happening in the market and be able to articulate that at a very high level. And that's how you're going to win. So love that. Thank you for sharing, Chicken Mom. Thanks for sharing, Dominique. Here's what I want you to do. If you have an ability to write, but it's going to be very, very simple. All I want you guys to do on a piece of paper, and if you watch this down the road, or if you need to come back to this, come back to this. And if you're driving, then obviously be safe. Do this in your mind. I want you on a piece of paper right now to write a circle, and that circle doesn't have to be too large. It's just a circle where you can draw inside of that circle. And I'll give you guys a second to do this, and if not, you guys can come back and do this exercise. I want you to, in that circle, in 2024, I want you to say, what are the things that you would love to have in this circle? It means success, losing 10 pounds, more time with my family, vacations, close 20 deals, whatever that looks like for you. Make 150 G's this year, make 250 G's this year, whatever fits inside of that circle for you, and start writing. This is a really good brain dump exercise. And then outside of the circle, I want you to put all the things that have there's no room for these things inside of your circle. It means procrastination. It means dragging your feet. It means, weight, whatever that is for you. Like, what are the things that do not belong in that circle? And be very, very clear on that. Because I think oftentimes when you find yourself in a lull, or when your business is not where it needs to be, what's happening is that you have the wrong things within your circle. You're focused on the wrong things. And I want to share a conversation I had with a very dear friend yesterday. She's refusing to do anything because she needs to know everything, every single, and she just got her license 2 weeks ago. And I'm going back and forth with her. I said, you have to stop thinking. You have to really simplify all the things that you know that you need to be doing in this business. She's like, well, I know what I need to be doing, but I'm thinking about all these things, and I want to be compliant, and I don't want to lose my license. I was like, you're 2 weeks in. You're 2 weeks in, and all you're doing is thinking about all the things that might go wrong versus doing one thing right today. And that's go out and meet somebody that may potentially want to buy or sell real estate, right? And that's our job. And so it was a wake-up call for me to help her really get in alignment with why she's in this business, and really focusing on what's in her circle. So the exercise is, what should be in that circle in 2024? What's all the things that I need to have in that circle? And what are the things that are outside of the circle that you will make sure that they do not come into your circle? So write for a second, reflect for a minute, and do this exercise with me, because what you'll find is like, well, okay, prospecting, yeah, for sure. Family time, I'm going to do 20 deals. I'm going to make X amount of money. And then all the things outside are the things that are not going to serve that circle. So write that out, get aware, be conscious, be in that moment. And I promise you, you're going to write and you're going to be like, All right, cool. This is a lot more easier than I'm making it to be. So do that writing exercise for me. I want to make sure I'm respecting everybody because I know people are driving, they got kids in the car. So come back to this. Let's do this. I want to talk to you guys about action, and action is a very, very general word. So I want to make sure to get very, very granular with our conversation today. What I want you guys to do, and I don't care if you're new, up and coming, or if you're an experienced agent on this call, in the past 7 days, what were you able to create in your business? What action did you take? What were the results of that action? And I want you to explain your strategy, your flow, your appointment setting skills, whatever that looks like for you. I want you guys to share. And I'll say this and I'll say it over and over again. Haroon's challenges might be Christina's strengths. Christina's challenges might be Rose, challenge, vice versa, so on and so forth. So sharing what you guys are doing right now to win is going to encourage other people, and then it's going to allow them to ask some questions. And so let's open up the mic right now. Who has some action that they want to talk about on the call right now? I need some people in the queue. Let's start this conversation because I know that you guys are busy. How do I know that? Because I see your social media. I see what's happening in your world. I see what's going on. So let's get 5 people in the queue. And then if I don't get 5 people in the queue, I'm just going to call on some people. All right, I got Haroon, I got Nicole. Who else, you guys? Let's get involved in this conversation. Ashley shared a file, so I think that that's a hand up. Demian, and then I need one more person to get involved in this conversation. Who's going to share some action that they took this week and what were the results of that action? Otis. All right, cool. Let's go. Feel free to throw your hand up if you want to get involved in the conversation. Haroon, I'm going to go to you first, big dog. Let me hear it. High level conversation. What did you do to take action in your business this week and what were the results? Let's go.
All right, so me being a new agent, like getting licensed 2 weeks ago, it was obviously I'm still learning as I go. But as far as getting leads and things like that, one thing I've been able to do is because I've just been talking to people, and at first I was intimidated because I was like, oh, all these guys know so much more than me, and I have nothing to bring up for them. But I just want to talk to them, got advice and all these things, and let you know. They refer me to someone else. They're like, oh, I got this kid. He's a new agent. If you're ever interested in buying or selling a house, they refer me to that, and they refer me to more people, and over, like the word of mouth just kind of kept increasing. And also, even when I go to sports, the gym, just start with saying hi, just make a regular conversation, not me selling anything. And then later down the road, they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a real estate agent. They're, oh, I didn't know. They're like, oh, I have a family that was looking to buy a house. And even right now, like I have about 3 friends that their family wants to buy a house, and they said they want to reach out to me. So, and I just started. So if I can do it, you can for sure do it. Simple.
Dude, I absolutely love this. And it reminds me of Christina Pineda. I'm glad that her face is on the call. Like she is the epitome of that, whether it is the Xfinity guy, whether it's the neighbor, whether it's someone in the market, that's our responsibility is to have conversations. And so the fact that you're already doing this early in your career, it's amazing because that's your job and that's why you got your license. So good stuff. Let's go over to Deep Bledsoe and then we'll go over to Nicole and then we'll go right over to Otis. Let's go Deep Bledsoe. And dude, I have to say something to you, Demian. So I'm picking music for a reel this morning. And the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs on my Spotify are you, bro.
About time we broke that algorithm. I mean, man.
Bro, like fire. So it's Tell Me What's Poppin', Dealing Art, Higher, Black Saturdays, Level Up, bro. All are my first choices for me for my recommendations for songs. So good shit, bro. Love it. Let's hear it.
Spotify, stop hating on us. That's cool. No, I met a client last weekend, a Zillow Flex client at a property. Got really good rapport built with her. Her and her family need to move by July because the owner of the home that they're renting is moving back to the States and needs their house back to live in. And their kid has just gotten in school in this neighborhood. They go to church in this neighborhood. They have to stay in this specific neighborhood in Alameda, and it's really high priced. And it's just a tough situation for them, but they know that it's a better idea to buy than to keep renting in that area because rents are super high. So even though they're capped at $850, this unit was $849. We wrote at $850 at my advice. I talked to their lender, and the difference between $850 and $875 was like $120 a month, which was doable for them. So I'm like, hey, let's go in at this $850. worst case scenario, they counter us and maybe we land at 875 and it's still doable for you guys. They came back yesterday, said they wanted 910 and they're going to hold out until they get their number. I'm still, this morning, I wake up 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, hey, will you guys reconsider after open houses this weekend? No, they're holding out until they get their number. I'm like, okay, well, we're still here. They really want this house. And so, again, long story short, I'm just being very proactive to try to get them into something. After I go volunteer at my daughter's school this morning, I'm going to Alameda, to that neighborhood, to door knock and let people know that I have somebody that wants to buy their home. The client is texting me saying, can you check on pendings? If they fall out, we're willing to put in backup offers. So the action is just being proactive to try to get my client what they're really looking for, even though they're in a bit of a bind, and it sucks that they're in a bind at $850,000 and can't find what they want. So I'm working diligently and taking action on trying to find this client a home, because that's what they're trying to achieve within this short amount of time. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I absolutely love this, you guys. Grassroots campaigns will never fail you. What I mean by that is that if you're searching in a very, very competitive market and there's not enough inventory, you can't find that right house, tell your client that you're going to do some door knocking. You're going to knock on some people's doors that may have not considered listing their home at all. And then you come to the door and it's just it's a beautiful, relationship. It's a conversation that they didn't think of having, and now they're going to have it because there's a qualified buyer. You're going to remove friction, make it easy. That's a game changer. Damian, let me ask you a question really quick. What was the goal that you set out for this year? How many deals are you going to close in 2024?
The goal, high arching goal, was 24 closings. I'm at 5 after next Friday. And so I'm on pace at like 1 a month, where I wanted to do 2 a month, but there's still a lot of time left in the year and I'm going for it.
And I absolutely love it. And here's the great thing about it is your business is more diversified this year than it was not last year, the year before. And so you're not just dependent on lead sources. You actually have a couple sphere deals in there. So I love what's happening. And if you can give us a number, Damian, over the last, let's say 90 days, how many videos have you dropped on IG?
90 days, I'll say at least 45, at least one every other day.
I mean, you guys, there's a direct correlation there, right? There's so much visibility that he's created in the last year. It's been incredible to watch, and you to see him getting more comfortable, more confident, showing up in bigger ways. And the result is that he's growing and his business is growing. And what he's doing is he's removing the stress within his own family and in his own life, because when the deals are not coming in, when you have no money coming in from your real estate business, that shit is hard on your family. I promise you, it's hard. And the fact that he's stepping up and creating his visibility, it's been incredible to watch, bro. So I'm proud of you. I know your family's proud of you, and I know that you are proud of you, man. So I'm here for this 20 plus deals for this year. And with your level of talent and the way that you're showing up, I see that as an absolute. So good stuff. Let's go to Nicole Penland, then O-Dog, you'll be after Nicole Penland. Nicole, tell us about the action you took this week and what was the results?
So I did a couple things. One action I took was getting back in the gym. I haven't been able to work out due to all of my treatments, but I got clear from my doctor, so I've been on it. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I've gained 50 pounds over the last year from all this stuff. So,
but let's hold on a second. For the people that don't know, why were you not able to work out?
So, the cancer was breaking my bones. So this time last year, my ribs were broken. I had fractures in the bones in my arms. So things with impact, my bones could have just broken. So they asked me to kind of pull back from all of that and let the treatments kind of rebuild my bones and kill as many cancer cells as they can. I still have to do treatment every 3 weeks, but I've asked the doctor to slow up on the steroids because my body can't take all this weight. Like right now, half of my right hand is numb. So I know my body's at the brink. I'm not trying to have diabetes and cancer. So I'm back in the gym, very excited about that. And also, I'm starting home buyer seminars at the Boys and Girls Club for parents, as well as financial literacy for the kids. So on
Let's
top of
go.
the events that I'm doing monthly at the office, come check out me and Otis next month. My dad's going to be there again. And that.
Let's go. Listen, if you ever need a workout buddy, I'm sure you have many on this call. I'm down to work out with you anytime, but I'm so excited that you're getting back in the gym. And listen, I want this to always be a message of reflection and to say, you know what, if she's showing up despite her challenges that she's had, medically, then there's nothing stopping you. And I think that we should all be super, super grateful and reflect on our lives, the ability to walk, to stand, to breathe another breath, to take another step. Like we take small things for granted in our life. And I promise you, when you go through things like Nicole has gone through, I'm sure there's been some moments of true reflection. So you guys, you have the ability and you have the strength and you have the courage and you have the capability. Tap into that and don't waste a day. So Nicole, I appreciate this message at a very high level. Let's go, O-Dog. Let's hear it, my man. What action did you take this week and what were the results?
Oh man, I just want to say thank you, Elias, for saying that, because Nicole is a fearless warrior. And if we ever can take something from her, is the ability not to quit, never give up. I mean, we complain about our hair, our makeup, we're not looking good. This woman's got real life problems. So thank you for addressing that. And she is a big key factor for me sometimes when I look at myself and I want to make excuses. So Nicole, I just want to say I love you and thank you for always including me and things that you got going on. I really appreciate that. One thing that I've done, as you guys can see, is I stopped stressing over too much. I think sometimes we put these goals on ourselves. It's too much for us, and sometimes for some of us, it's a way for us to put more dirt over us. So what I learned last year, I got a severe burnout, and I was on a really great trajectory like I am right now. And I lost my partner, Melissa, and I had no other choice but to put my head down and just work hard. And I went on another scale, which I'm still on. I'm thankful for God that somehow, I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't even know how I fucking keep doing it. But I've just been thankful to kind of averaging like a deal to 2 deals a month. And then mindset that I kept when I hurt my leg, I'm so glad that I kept that, because I felt like if I would have just took 1 day off or a week off, or if I would have just took the whole time and waited till I started walking, my family, myself, we would have been in a predicament. But you see, I got this guy back here. That's my daily motivation. So I had to take away from real estate for a little bit because I just felt like I was just so overworked. And I started taking time into Richard Lewis, that's on the call right now, my brother. And if you see, I've been posting a lot of stuff with him, building him up, because that brings me satisfaction, just like with my clients. I love to help people. I've been helping myself with other stuff outside of real estate, which has been thriving and doing really well. And it's been able for me to plug him in and do things. We've already talked about a story, so I won't put it out there again, but being able to take him and just plug him into places where people haven't been able to get to do has been so wavering on me that it's even amped up my game for real estate, because I'm spending money and I know I need to make it back. So I'm getting my ass out there. I've been fortunate enough in the last month to put 4 in contract. Would have been 7, but we had two cold feeders and one we just couldn't. Me and Sierra, we still can't get it signed. The listing agent and the seller are just being asses. But I say this: if you can find a way to help others and I want nothing back in return, it's kind of like what we get when we're on showings or we're out there and we're in the thought process of this is going to be a bag, it's going to be money. But if you really take out the money part of the equation, if you take out all of that stuff and you serve your clients at a high level and just want the best for them and show them that you're working for them, this shit is going to be nothing. You'll be on the board countless times. You start learning the game. I've been very fortunate to learn about partnerships, and I don't understand how a lot of people on this team don't take advantage of that. I know you want to make a lot of money, but you can make good, consistent, long money if you work on other people. So thank you to Sierra. Thank you to Jacob. When you guys get your first deal, that shit means the world to me. I don't care. I've racked up enough. I've got the feeling. Don't get me wrong. I like seeing them nice paydays, but the payoff is to see Jacob, to see Sierra, like happy as hell, to go home to tell his mom, his girl, or her husband, the kids that oh, we got one. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm in it for. So I just want to say, if you could take some time today to get out of your own lane and try to help somebody else, the universe or God or somebody else is going to give you something tenfold. And I promise you that.
That's right, my man. I absolutely love that sentiment. And here's the thing, you guys. Otis, we're looking at just mid-year. He is in Solano County, where it is a lower price point than the Bay Area proper. And right now, there's over $4 million worth of pending and sold volume. And to think about that, you guys, if you do a couple deals in the Bay Area, you are now running a multi-million-dollar business, and you have to treat it as such, right? You have to have a compelling vision, a compelling why. You have to make sure that you have structure, you have routine, you know exactly what you're going to do every single day, because you're running a multi-million-dollar business, and it should be treated that way. And you should take this serious, and you should look at this and say, you know what? I have a responsibility. I got my license. I went through all this work, and I have a responsibility to myself and to this industry. And I love where your head's at, Otis. I love how much you're contributing to other people. So really good stuff. And let's break all records that you've ever had in this business this year, my man. And you are on the right path. Christina Pineda, what is your contribution? Let's hear from you. Talk to us about action. I know that you're taking a lot of it, so let's hear.
Hey, it's Friday. Where's the energy in this room?
Yeah, let's go.
I just wanted to after hearing Otis, yes, I do a lot of partnering, and I can't tell you guys enough how much it has grown my business over the years. For those of you that don't know, I was on the team for 3 years. I didn't need to be on the team for 3 years, but there's so much benefits to being on the team and really leveraging all your fellow agents, right? My reach is so far. I'm doing a deal with Joellen all the way in Sacramento area. Then I'm doing a deal with Julie. Then I'm doing a deal, like, so many people ask me, how come you always partner? Like, oh, there are money. And you know what? I don't have commission breath. I have let's grow breath. So if that could get me to the next level, so be it. Same thing, leveraging your lenders. Like I look at Ashley on this call. I look at, who else can I see? Stephanie on this call, Christina. Super supportive lenders, even Fairway. It doesn't matter. Like, you build your relationships. So that's one takeaway. Two, when Elias mentioned about, me talking to the Xfinity guy, yes, 3 stories right off the top. The Xfinity guy came to my house. He serviced my house right before he left. I'm like, hey, if you know anybody looking for a house, like, here, I'm your girl. That turned into an $800,000 sale in Oakland. He wanted to list his property. Second one, construction guy in my neighborhood just said, hey, if you know anybody wants real estate, boom, we just closed on a $500,000 buyer deal because he wants to start doing flips. The third one is, I went to tell the attendance office, my son, he had a dentist appointment. Right now, that's the listing in Concord that I have for $849,000. So if you aren't telling people that you're a real estate agent, or letting them know, like, leave a tip, leave your card. Those are free opportunities. I know everyone comes into this hoping that, Zillow's going to overflow their, bank account, but I'm telling you, you're going to make more money. 1, leveraging your partnerships, and 2, telling everyone you know. Ashley with the money store is out on a walk right now. Somebody's going to pass her up, and she should be able to say, hey, I'm a lender. If you need anybody, like, that's who I am. But I'm just telling you guys, don't miss that opportunity, because it's free. It's just you being you and you being a resource. That's it.
That's right. And I absolutely love it. Listen, I encourage online leads, but I never want anybody to be dependent on it, because I want you to have a very, very diverse book of business. And that means that obviously, 10%, 20%, 15% of your business comes from online leads, but the majority of your business should be sphere business, referral business, and leads that you get from social media if you're doing this business right. And so now you have a very diverse business. So if the Zillows of the world and the Redfins of the world go away, your business is okay, and you're not in dire straits. We know somebody that has been in our environment that was spending $6,000 every single month on Zillow, because this person wanted to be in a high price. Can you imagine that? And then only closed 1.5 deals, because she partnered on it, 1.5 deals in almost a year. And think about all the money that went out of the door. all the money that went out of the door. I'm like, I'll spend that money on coaching. I'll spend that money on coaching. So really good stuff. I appreciate the sentiment.
She
Otis,
can
was
give me 6 grand a month and I'll give her about 5-10 leads.
That's right. That's right. Listen, I want to hear from one of our lender partners that are on the call really quick. Always give you guys an opportunity to share. Stephanie or Ashley, your name got dropped a couple times. You put something down in the chat below. I don't know if you have the connection, but Ashley, would love to hear from you. I'm going to step away for 1 second.
I just wanted to share something that I saw on, I can't find it now because the connection's not working, but I wanted to show something I saw on Kenny's stories. And it said something along the lines of, there's only enough real estate sold for 1.6 deals per person. And I just thought that was crazy. There's enough deals out there, enough transaction opportunity for everyone on this call, but there's not enough transaction opportunity for everyone. So in the spirit of Action Friday, really taking action in this business, it's sink or swim. Whatever is in your circle, whatever those high impact activities are, operating from a place of love and giving and the right intentions, and making sure as I'm here, I have the money store sign, I'm telling everybody I'm a lender, you're telling everybody you're real estate. Those things matter so much because we don't have enough business for everybody. It's just the nature of the beast. And so the things that we're doing every single moment really genuinely counts, because that number is only if everyone across the board is getting 1.4 transactions. And as we know, Otis just said he's closing 2 a month. So that number is even more skewed than what we're seeing. So those actions that we take every single moment really are going to decide who's going to make it in this business, it's who's not. And I know the collaboration on this call, we are more likely to make it than anybody else.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And here's the thing, you guys, being at this Association of Realtors, and they state how many realtors are probably going to lead this industry in the next couple of years. And I mean, raise your hand or get excited or take yourself off of mute and give me a hell yeah if you're going to be around in this business in 2 years. So let's do this. Hell fucking yeah, I'm going to be around in this business.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be around.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm protecting this. I'm protecting this by doing things like this, by being here with you, by making sure my schedule is filled. Like no matter what, I will not get lazy ever. I promise you guys this. If you spend any amount of time with me, I promise you, as your coach and as a coach of this industry, I will never be lazy ever, because I know where I'm going and I'm so compelled by that nothing's going to stand in my way. And I absolutely love this. And here's some context for you guys. We talk about action. If you don't have the business that you truly, truly want right now, let's do some math together. I need someone to pull up a calculator. Haroon, I'm going to have you pull up a quick your calculator on your phone really quick. I want you to take 150. Let's do 150 times 4. What is that number?
600.
600, and times that by 12. And what's that number?
7,200.
7,200. So stay with me there. I want you to do, let's go 3 times 12.
3 times 12. 36.
All right. So now take 36 times, let's say 50. What's that number?
1,800.
1,800. All right, cool. So stay with me, guys. Let's do some basic mathematics here. Economics 101. All right. If Haroon said, you know what, I am new, or if you're an up and comer, or if you're that agent on the team that says, you know what, I am going to become a listing agent. My business has been really heavy the last couple of years working with buyers, but I'm going to be a listing agent. Here's a very, very simple example of you taking massive action in your business. Haroon, if you knocked on 150 doors, and maybe you spread that 150 doors out through the week, right? Maybe it's an average of 20 houses a day. Maybe that's in your neighborhood. Maybe it's a neighborhood where you truly, truly want to expose yourself. Well, if he or you or them were able to knock on 150 doors every single week, that means for the year, that's 600 a month. And that means for the year, he has knocked on 7,200 doors. Rain, snow, or shine, he was committed to that number. He's tracked it. He's saying another one, another one, another one, another one. Oh, shoot, it's the second quarter of the year. I need to get new shoes. I got new shoes. I'm still walking. I'm still pounding the pavement. I'm still finding opportunities. Haroon, after 7,200 doors knocked, do you think that you had some positive conversations throughout that 7,200 doors?
For sure.
Do you think from that, those conversations led to appointments?
Yep.
And do you think based on your skills and your partnerships and the relationships and the mentorship that you have, being a part of this team, do you feel that some deals could come from that?
Easily.
Easily, right? What did it cost you? It cost you some time, but what did it do for your legs? What did it do for your body? How did you feel about yourself? Because you knocked and you did the hustle, you put some sweat equity into this business, and stay with me on these other numbers. If Haroon, if everyone on this call and everyone that sees this in the future says, I'm committed to, no matter what, I'm going to do 3 open houses every single month. And you guys, that's in my eyes, that's a C- if you're doing this business right, a C-, but you can pass with the C-. Say he does 3 a month. That means he's doing 36 open houses, no matter what, as a C-. Now, knowing Haroon, I'm sure he can do 50 plus, but let's just say basic level economics here. He did 3 open houses every single month. That means he did 36 open houses. Now, not even counting the amount of people that actually came to the open house. And let's say anywhere from 5 to 50 people. We'll exclude that number. But let's say for every single open house that Haroon did, he knocked on 50 doors, letting the community know that he's hosting an open house. Or maybe it was 25 doors knocked, 25 doors called. Right? Let's say the numbers are still the same, no matter what. That means, Haroon, you have knocked on 1,800 doors because of your open houses. Plus the 7,200, now we're at 9,000 people that you have sweat equity getting in front of people. How do you like your chances now?
Even higher.
Higher, right? So when we think about action, when we think about your routine, your patterns, like this is a simple exercise to say, you know what, God, that's fucking simple. The weather is nice right now. It's not too hot yet. And I get that and I respect that. But you guys have an opportunity to say, you know what, God, if I created 5 reels a week and I did that for the next 6 months, how much content have I built and how many eyes have seen my face? How loud was I in the industry? How many times did I create stories? How can people look back and be like, God, that person is consistent. They hustle. They always show up. There's never weeks that go by and that they don't see your face on social media. Think about these things, you guys. The action is rooted in simplicity if you write it out and then you stick to it. Because I promise you this, 9,000 opportunities, Haroon, bro, your business is going to skyrocket. Your business is going to skyrocket. And then here's what you'll find out. You'll find out what to say. You'll find out what works. You'll find out how to overcome objections by doing the activity. That person that says, you know what, we don't have time for you. What is this? We're not buying anything. Wonderful, because I'm not selling anything. I want to give you a congratulations because I want to let you know the Andersons just sold their house for $50,000 over asking price. And I want to let you know that the value of your home just went up. So Mr. Anderson, or Mr. Johnson, I want to congratulate you. Shit, it changes the whole conversation. But now what you've done by the end of the year is that you have this bravado. You have this skill. You have this confidence that you've built by doing massive amounts of action. And now you have a business that is flourishing. And you have a database. God, you have a database that is filled with conversations that you've had. Oh, the Andersons, they said not until next year. Okay, let me follow up with that person. Oh, this person's, I called them in 3 months. It's a month and a half. I'm calling that person. Now you have an active pipe. You have an active pipe. All the people that attended your open house, you have an active pipe. All the doors that you knocked from that neighborhood, you have an active pipe, right? So when we think about the action, you guys, it is very simple economics. And I'll hit you with another one. Imagine this. Who has an open house scheduled for this weekend? Please raise your hand, put an emoji on the screen if you have an open house. Now, if you're doing this, you're making a fatal mistake. If you, by this point now, it is Friday morning at 9:14. If you know you have an open house on Saturday and Sunday, there should have been extensive marketing done for this open house. And what I mean by that, if I'm hosting an open house on Sunday, I've already put an event on Facebook. right? I put an event on Facebook. I let people know I'm hosting an event or hosting an open house. I've made a video about that open house. I've made a video about that area. I've done a quick walkthrough of that property. That way people can see the open house, and now it's exciting. I also took that open house and I sent it to every single person in my database. I don't care if you have 5 people or if you have 5,000 people in your database. Everybody gets to see that Ashley is busy. Everybody gets to see that Christy is busy, right? Even if they're not in the market and they want to wait till next year, I don't care. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating this illusion that I am super, super busy, right? Then you door knock for this open house. You let all the neighbors know to come out, neighbors only, 1 to 3. We have cookies, we have champagne, all that, right? Run your route. And then after the open house, imagine this. Imagine you go back to that same fucking neighborhood and you let all those neighbors know, hey, Tom, I was here on Thursday. I wanted to give you a quick update. We had 55 people come through to the open house on Sunday. So I want to give you a quick update and just let you know it is a super, super exciting time for your neighborhood. By the way, what are your plans with the home in the next 2 years, right? And you're planting that seed one more time. And then the house closes and you come back and let the neighbors know what it closed at. That is 3 levels of marketing face-to-face that you did for one open house, not including the video that you put on IG, not including the walkthrough, not including the neighborhood video, not including what you sent out to your database. And you think about this, like that's fucking action. Having an open house, putting signs out and putting balloons out the day of and not knocking on anybody's door, that's not serving the greater purpose of growing a business. That's not serving anybody. You're not even doing yourself the justice of maximizing that opportunity of having the ability to even do an open house. Milk it. The point of this conversation is milk it. And if you look at basic level economics and you get really fine-tuned with the math, like, God, if I was to do this and I converted maybe 0.25% of a percent or 0.25 at all these people I talked to for the year, that means that I made X amount of money and I didn't spend any money. I just put time, my legs look good, I feel good, and I'm really practicing with all these conversations. Well, damn, I like those types of odds for you. You guys get that conversation? When you hear the level of passion go up in my voice, it's because I'm truly, truly excited for the opportunities that each of you have. And we're all the same. We're no different. There's people on this call right now that have gotten into contract multiple times because their ability to simply say, I'm going to knock on somebody's door. And if you're fearful of knocking on someone's door, grab a homie, because there's many people out there in this team, in this world that will go with you. But when you think about your basic level economics of how you're driving the business that is rooted in action, I just gave you some simple numbers. Do you have a plan? Do you know what's going to drive your business forward? Because I promise you this, when Haroon speaks to close to 10,000 people in 1 year, I promise you this, I promise you, he'll make more money than he's ever made in his entire career. And I'm just using his name as an example. This goes for everybody. Chris B, you had your hand up, bro. Contribution, let's go.
Yeah, and this is a great meeting. I just wanted to solidify what everything you're saying. It's like we have a great opportunity to have our financial freedom in the palm of our hands based on facts and input and output. Like, for example, I had a deal that fell out, in Fairfield. So, put it back on the market, held an open house on Mother's Day, which I really didn't want to do it, but I got a fiduciary to my sellers to make sure it happened. So held an open house on Mother's Day, put a Facebook boost, got it back in escrow, got him 25K over list price as cause and effect, So, go door knocking, me and Sophia door knocking neighborhoods, it's what you want to put in, you'll get back out, so I just love this meeting, and just it's all about an action. You make it happen. You have that body of work. You proved yourself that it works. You rinse and repeat, and you do it all over again. So it's just we have this. I'm just grateful that we have this opportunity to with our training, with the collective energy, working with everybody, the partnerships. Me and Peter Lee were teaming up on a potential listing lead here in West Sacramento, and he came to me for advice. I ran some comps. We both had group emails with the seller. He had his bullet points of what we're going to do. I came back and backed it up, solidified it with a Sacramento presence, and she emailed me back saying, you know what, you guys got the job, and I know so much people that want to buy and sell in Sacramento, and I'm happy to connect you guys to them. And I'm like, I never even met you yet. You know what I mean? It's just, they feel that energy and that presence if you're a true professional and you're doing things from your heart and you're looking after your best interest. You got to be tactful. You got to be professional. You got to have everything planned out. You got to overcome objections before the objections are even there. You got to be the roadmap and to all your clients to get them to the promised land. And we have the support and guidance system. I know a handful of people left this company, and I feel sorry for them because they established this relationship with great people, and they're joining these janky ass companies that got no culture because they couldn't even bust their ass where they had the culture. You know what I mean? That's just real talk. It's like you're like living on a diamond mine, but you ain't trying to mine your own diamonds. So you're going somewhere else and fucking with other people's coal. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just hilarious to me. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just, man, this team is just off the hook. And, you know, the new guys here, all the youngsters, like, you guys are on the right track. Just keep pushing, keep feeding off the veterans, keep feeding off Elias, keep feeding off the team. Because I'm telling you, we're number 1, number 2 in EXP for a reason. Because we got some straight killers on this team. And if you just feed by the energy and just work it out and just push out that love and that willingness to just help, and it's all going to work out, everybody. That's just, you know, that's my 2 cents for today. Appreciate y'all.
Let's give some light and love and some positive energy to Chris. I absolutely said janky ass companies. Now, no names was stated in this call, but it is what it is. And I appreciate that sentiment at a very, very high level. And before I close out, before I go to any takeaways, let's go to some Sierra. Sierra, you had your hand up. Let's hear your contribution before we start wrapping sesh.
Hi guys. So yesterday, Jessica and I went out door knocking and we tried a new strategy. It was a little scary because it's completely different than anything that we've been doing before. And I called Jessica. I was like, we're not going to go with any, you know, don't bring your cards, don't bring a flyer, just come out here and try a new strategy. And dude, it was crazy because we were so successful and it was hard. Like, it was awkward at the beginning trying something new. But we had 11 conversations. Out of that 11 conversations, we had something like 7 or 8 emails. 3 people that potentially might want to sell, 1 soon, another one in the future, another one that only wants to give 1% commission to a real estate agent, but whatever. Not really going to talk about a 1% commission with him, but you know, we might have conversations with him anyways. So anyways, the point is that you could be doing something and you might want to change it up a little bit, see if something else works better. And yesterday we were just like high-fiving each other like crazy because it was just so much more successful getting all those people into our CRM. And, you know, we've got all these people to follow up with. And the goal is, for me, is 200 doors a week, which is like totally ridiculous, but I want to do it and I'm going to work my way up to it. So yeah, just exciting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work. And it might be how you're doing it. So door knocking, we were having great conversations, but we weren't getting emails. We weren't getting, you know, the type of information that we got yesterday. So it was just brilliant.
Love that she said, we're going to try something new and let's just go out there and do it. It's okay. Well, we're going to try this and taking an idea to execution, you guys. There shouldn't be that much time between that. Just go out and do that. But I love this. Look at the mathematics in this. That's 10,400 doors that she is committed to, and she's declaring that. So I believe that she's a woman of her word. 10,400, and think about the opportunities that come from that. Think about the opportunities, you guys. So really great conversation. Once again, I want to pull this up for you guys. If you're a part of the team, you have access to this. If you are not a part of the team, you do not have access to this. You guys, this is your open house marketing timeline, and I do not want you to sleep on this. If you are within your 30 days, this is part of your checklist, but I want you to think about this. You get your open house, you record the video, you do it in front of the house, you make it as a raw video, you post, send it to your database, send it to your leads, give it to your sellers if you are the listing agent. But what's not in here is posting it on Facebook And what else is not on here is creating that event on Facebook. And obviously that should be added to this. Door knock 50 to 100 doors and then do the neighbor's open house on the day of the open house. You guys, this cadence right here allows you to get in front of way more people. And so the premise of this conversation today is always about action on Fridays. And you need to make sure that when you're looking at your calendar for the week ahead, starting, let's say Saturday, from now until next week, like, what does that actually look like? Do I have a definitive number? Do I have a plan? Do I have an idea? Do I know how many people I'm going to talk to, how many videos I'm going to post, how many previews I'm going to do? Like, there should be a plan in order for you to be able to reach these goals that you have for yourself. If not, then you're just going about it like haphazardly, and that's never going to work for you. So really good conversation. Let's go Nicole Penland, rapid fire. Then I'm going to go around the room and do some key takeaways. Let's go, Nicole.
I was just going to say, for people who have phobia with door knocking in different neighborhoods, you can pick what neighborhood you go into. So just go where you feel comfortable. Even with open houses, like if you go into KV Core on Monday, go into the listing section and filter it to agency listings. It'll show you all of the EXP listings. You can still filter it down to city, zip code, wherever. So go where you're comfortable so that you can stay productive.
Right, that's right. And you guys, I want to show something to you really quick before I close out. I've had Judith work on something tirelessly behind the scenes. By next week, this will be up and ready to go. What we're doing is we're creating an off-market catalog for each of you. You guys will have a black folder that you can pick up from the offices. It's something we've been working on. And thank you, Judith, and thank you, the team. These are going to be printouts. That way you guys can put into a black folder. There'll be a sticker on the front that says Team Fast exclusive off-market opportunities. And for some reason, it's not loading, but let me go back here. Let me go here. So all of our off-markets that we get from our off-market channel, as well as Top Agent Network and any other off-market opportunities, including Zenlist, aka EXP exclusives, will all be put into a folder. You'll go into the office on a Friday. You'll print all of these off-market opportunities that we have within inside of our world. So if somebody says, oh, what's that folder? Oh, these are for people that I'm working exclusively with. This is my off-market opportunities. Well, wonderful. How do I get access to that? Well, we have to form a relationship, and I would love to be able to talk to you a little bit more about that. And then that's how you can book for a buyer's consultation. So I want to give you guys some advantages. Give me a little bit of time. By next week, this will be ready for you guys, but this is going to add an extra layer to how you guys are executing your open houses, and it'll be a game changer because they have access to something that they'll feel like they're getting access to something that the masses don't, which they don't. So great session today, you guys. I appreciate the contribution at a high level. I'll make sure to send that file to everybody. It will come out, and then the folders will be at the offices. You guys can go ahead and pick up your own folders. We'll make it easy for everybody. Let's go around the room. When we hear a couple key takeaways from our guests on the team, our people on the call today, let's go over to Janice. Janice, let's hear. Oh, are you in a conversation? Sorry, let me not interrupt you. You act surprised like you're not on group coaching.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was in a conversation though. We were talking about, okay, I could do the takeaway though really quickly. I was in a conversation, but it's with another agent because we were talking so much about partnering. And so I've been talking to other agents and working on partnership over here. So get your partners up. Teamwork makes the dream work. We were talking about door knocking for their open house, and then door knocking just to get, yes, the coaching. Hi, Elias.
Who is that?
Hi, Elias. Deja.
Who is it?
Deja.
Oh, what's up, Deja?
He said, what's up, Deja? I guess I could take you.
Yeah. Deja, you should be on this call, by the way.
Huh?
You should be on this call, by the way, Deja.
You should be on the call.
I'm working on my listing right now.
It's all right. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here, working on listening. That's what I'm talking about. But Janice, thanks for the takeaway. Let's go over to Stephanie. Stephanie, key takeaways from our time together today. Let's hear from you.
Guys, so key takeaways, just to take action. You got to get out there. The business isn't going to fall into your lap. I'm doing open houses every single weekend. I'm holding buyer seminars quarterly with different agents, and sometimes people come, sometimes people don't, but the more we do them, the more we get out there, it's just going to create traction. So we're getting leads from just the advertising. Sometimes last night I did one with Daniela. We did have people show up. It was amazing. I'm consistently working open houses. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I closed a deal that I got at an open house. So it does happen, and it only takes one, right? One deal
Right.
to make it worth it. So get your asses out there and hit the ground. You got to hit the streets and just it'll come. I promise you. Just stay consistent. Be consistent.
That's right. I love it. You guys, my hope is that everyone on this call trusts me on some level. And I've spent a lot of time with you guys over my time with this company. I've been here now helping Kenny build this company since January of 2020, right? Think about everything that's been accomplished over the last 4 years. My hope is that you trust me. And my hope is that you know how hard I'm going to show up for you guys and how I'm going to always show up for myself. If there's one thing that I can help you guys develop and teach you guys is discipline. Right? Because could you imagine if I didn't show up for you guys, if I wasn't consistent on social media, if I wasn't consistent in my messaging, if I didn't show up the way that you guys see me show up, if I didn't work out, like all these things, you guys, that you know that I do no matter what would that say about me? There would be no continuity. There would be no continuity with who I am and my messaging. And you have to take that same level of thought when you're creating your messaging, when you're creating your consistency. Because I promise you this, hell or high water, you'll never see a time that I don't show up for you, because I will never not show up for myself. So you guys, my hope and my intent is that through these calls, and that's why we do it 3 times a week, and that's why they're at 8:30, is that we are developing the discipline in your life, the discipline in your routine. And if you take that discipline and now you have a flow and you end up moving on from coaching, which I'm okay with, but while you're with me, it's my responsibility to help you have discipline in your life. And I will always lead by example. I promise you that. And I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you being here today. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. Go out there and crush your weekend. Peace.